we're going to make Paulette's pierogies. For the dough, and we're making it ahead of time because the secret is that it must rest. Sour cream, instant blending flour, a cup of potato water, salt, and I've got kosher salt. That's it. So 1 cup of warm potato water, 2 cups of sour cream, and use the whole sour cream, none of this light stuff, okay? No light, don't cut it. So we're gonna have 2 cups of sour cream, 1 and 2. Now, you use this sour cream to eat your pierogies with. So, 2 cups of sour cream and a pinch of salt. Give this a stir with a whisk, and the instant blending flour makes it very easy to blend and makes your pierogies very smooth. So here we are. All in all, it takes about 8 cups of instant blending flour, but just add 1 or 2 cups at a time at the beginning. Use 2, and then you can just add as you go. Now this makes about 5 or 6 dozen, and that makes a good feed for the family and maybe some to spare. So that was 2. Let's add another 1 and 1.5. And just keep blending it in. The secret is, as I said, to let it rest. So make it ahead of time, and about an hour ahead of time, and then you can let it rest while you do your potatoes, which you could make a day ahead of time if you have leftover potatoes from the night before. That's good too. So here we added 3.5. So here's another 1.5. That's okay to get a little bit around. Flour doesn't hurt anybody, right? So you have to get in here and work with a little bit with your hands. You can use a wooden spoon. So I think we were up to about 5.5 cups. Okay, we're going to knock this off. And you mix it with your hands till it's not, this is not coming off very easily, but flour's flying, dough's flying, right? But that's okay. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna pour. We're trying to measure. They say about 8 cups, so let's estimate. We're at about 5.5, 6, right? So just add work it around the edges of your bowl. And it's sticky, so you add a little bit more. Punch it down. Make sure you've washed your hands. I just did a load of dishes, so my hands are nice and clean. Still sticky. So, yeah, we're talking 8 cups by the time you're usually about a half a bag. 1 bag gets you through to 2 batches. And work it over. We have Evie coming tonight, and Evie put an order in for Grandma's pierogies for supper. So that's why we're making pierogies for Evie. That's a wonderful, Grandma was just so thrilled when you get your grandchildren asking for pierogies. That's pretty special. I was also very thrilled with took the twins to Boston Pizza, and when they were about 5 years old, and Ava ordered pierogies. And that made me feel very, very proud for our heritage to have the young people asking for pierogies. Now it's going to stick to your hand, and that's okay. You get it off by adding a little bit of flour and mixing it in. It all works out. A little bit more, and punch it down slightly, and it soon will be ready to sit for your time, and I will show you how to make your filling. Anita calls them the pierogi guts, and that's what they are, the pierogi guts. You can have many different kinds of pierogies. I think Corinne likes the plum pierogies the best, but there's potato and cheddar, potato and cottage cheese, bacon, onion, sauerkraut. I've even made raisin ones once, which was one of those experimental days. So you just keep working it around. It doesn't take a whole lot of, it's still sticking, so you just keep adding a little dust of that instant blending flour, which is very, very fine flour, and it blends so well. I've had several different kinds of pierogi doughs recipes, but this one comes from a demo lady friend of mine who is a good Ukrainian, and she gave it to me. And I believe Aunt Henrietta uses sour cream as well in hers. And I've been using this one probably for 20 years, and they never fall apart, and they're just they just are a good dough. And there you see, it's pretty it's getting pretty good now. So just punch it down. You need to knead it about 10 minutes till it's all smooth. Fold it over. And you know, it's a good workout. The old Babas never had to go and exercise and do workouts. It gets your heart rate up when you pound, and so if you want to have an exercise program, just punch bread or make buns or make pierogies. Keeps you going. Anyway, that's pretty smooth. There's your dough. Just put it to rest, just in I'll just put a tea towel over it and just put it to rest for a good hour. Doesn't matter if it's longer, but a good hour will keep you. And that's your instant blending flour. That is the kind I use. So wash your hands, and I will show you how to make the pierogi filling.